3 need to multiply something, it's going to get close to 25, right? What would that be? 3 times 8 is 24. Very good. So 3 times 8 is 24. What do we do between those two numbers? We subtract. So after we subtract, what do we get? 1. And do you remember those terms? Your 25 is your dividend. And your 3 is your divisor. And the 8 is your quotient. And the 1 is your remainder. So how can I write this answer? Quotient is 8 with
1 over 30.
Yeah, that's okay. Remainder is 1, but you can also write that as 8. This is remainder is 1, need to be divided by 3. Okay, divisor is 3, right? So both of these answers are correct. And we say 25 is the same as your quotient, which is 8. Multiply your divisor plus your remainder, right? This is 24 plus 1, right? So dividend equal to quotient times your divisor plus remainder, right? Sorry. Are we okay with that? Okay, so that's for regular number. So now let's do one with what we're supposed to see in the exam. So this time I'm going to give you one that has no remainder and see how it looks like. So we're going to mimic the step we just did, but apply to this information. So again, what go in the house again? The dividend part, so 6x cubed minus 19x squared plus 16x minus 4, right? And your divisor go where? Outside, which is x minus 2, right? Just make sure your dividend need to be in order. So we have x cubed, x squared, x to the first power, and no x, right? So that seems to work. And we are thinking, just like last time, x need to multiply something on top will equal to the first term, right? Which is 6x to the third power. What would that be? Okay, 6x squared. So x times 6x squared is 6x cubed. So I'm going to put this up here. Are we okay? The first term x times this guy will equal to what? 6x cubed. So match the first term, right? That's exactly what we want. And then don't forget, your divisor have more than one term. So the minus 2 also need to multiply to this guy. The 2 multiplied together will give me what? Negative 12 x to the second power. So remember earlier, when we get to this point, what are we doing here? We subtract. So you have to be careful. This is actually subtracting more than one terms, right? So this is like, if you look at the board, subtracting 6x cubed minus 12x squared, right? So if that's the case, then this negative need to do what to them? Distribute in. So the easiest way to think about subtracting both of these terms is change their sign. So normally I will use a different color. I will circle it and put it on top so I know I did it. So essentially you're just subtracting these two terms from your dividends. So this subtracting that will give me what? Nothing. This is gone. That's what I want to do. I want to make it like more simple and more simple, right? Negative 19 plus a 12 will give me negative 7, and this term comes with x squared. It's like negative $19 plus $12 is negative $7. The x squared is like the units, okay? All right, the next one, we will bring down 16x. So now what am I thinking? I'm thinking my first term x need to multiply something on top that would equal to the very first term here. Negative 7, I have x squared here, so I have 1, so I need 1 more. Okay, so minus 7x here. And we can double check these two multiply together would be negative 7. X times x is x squared, so match exactly, that's what we want. And then negative 2 times this term is going to give me what? Positive 14x, right? Remember to change the sign. So I told you normally I would put it on top and I circle it with different colors so I can see it, right? So add here, subtract here. The very first term, negative 7 plus 7, this is gone, right? And then negative 16 minus 14 will be positive or negative? Positive 2x. And then I need to do what? Bring down the negative 4. Okay, now what am I thinking? My first term here, x, need to multiply something on top and get to 2x. Very good. What would that be? Positive 2, are we okay? So positive 2 go here. X times positive 2 is 2x. Matching, that's what we want, right? Negative 2 times positive 2 is positive or negative? Negative 4. So this is the very last step, but don't forget to change the sign. So we got negative and positive, right? When we combine, what do we get? A 0, and this is your remainder, right? How do I write the answer? The answer would be just my quotient, right? Because I don't have remainder. So 6x squared minus 7x plus 2. Are we okay with the long division? Questions? So we're going to use the same question and do a synthetic division as a review. Okay, so same thing. Six x cubed minus 19x squared plus 16x minus 4 divided by x minus 2, right? And last time we told you synthetic division, we put it in a very specific form. It's considered as a shortcut for long divisions. Once you master it, it's a quicker way to solve it, but because it's shortcut, it doesn't work for all the problem. Some problem you have to use long division. That's why we have to show you long division also. Alright, so what do I put inside there? Your dividend, but just the coefficient, right? So we have 6, negative 19, 16, negative 4. Make sure this is in order, x cubed, x squared, x and number, right? What do I put on the side? This is from the divisor. Dividend is up here, divisor is here, right? But we need to find out x equal to what from the divisor. So we set it equal to 0. X minus 2 equal to 0, so x equal to 2. So x equal to 2 to go here. Okay? Alright, so first we need to bring down the 6 and then multiply these two together, right? So 6 times 2 is positive or negative? positive 12. And then combine these two numbers, what do we get? Negative 19 plus 12 is negative 7. So these two numbers need to multiply together, right? So we got negative 7 times my 2 here. Go over here. What do we get? Negative 14 plus the 16 will give me 2. So what do I do with the 2? Times, that's 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4. Combine that, we have 0. Okay, normally they don't write this here. I just write for you, like, because we are still new to this. This 0 represents what? Remainder. When you have a 0 as remainder, it means you have no remainder, right? And then this part is going to be your quotient. So for the quotient, we have to think about, we started with x cubed divided by 1x. So your first term should start with x to the what power? So I'm going to put it on the board. So if you started with x cubed divided by 1x, meaning you have this here and 1 here. And then after you reduce it, your answer should start with x to the second power, right? So this is 6 x squared, and then minus 7 x, and then plus 2. And I don't have remainder, right? And this should be the same as what we did from long division, because it's the same questions, right? So on the test, if you have to do both and you come up with different answer, you may want to double check. All right, any question on this? So this is an extra example.